Imagine two people standing at the top of a snowy hill. One is carrying a giant boulder. The other is holding a tiny snowball no bigger than an orange. The race begins. The person with the boulder looks impressive at first, but every step is difficult. The weight is heavy, progress is slow. The person with the snowball starts small, almost too small to notice. But as the snowball rolls down the hill, something happens. Snow begins to stick to it. It grows. It grows, slowly at first, then faster. By the time it reaches the bottom, the tiny snowball has become larger than the boulder. The person with the boulder started bigger. He looked stronger. He appeared ahead. But the snowball won, leaving the boulder far behind. This is how wealth works. Most people think wealth is created by earning a huge salary. They believe rich people became rich because they started with more money. But real wealth is often built differently. It is built through small amounts, saved consistently, invested patiently, protected from interruption, and allowed to grow over time. This is the Wealth Snowball Effect. And by the end of this video, you may realize that becoming wealthy has less to do with how much you earn, and more to do with what you do with the money you keep. Income is not wealth. Income is what comes in. Wealth is what stays after everything else is gone. A person earning a high salary can still be financially fragile if they spend everything. And a person earning an average salary can quietly build freedom if they consistently save and invest. Imagine two homes sitting side by side, distinct in their appearances. The first looks impressive from the outside: luxury cars, expensive furniture, beautiful holidays posted online for the world to see and envy. The second looks ordinary: no flash, no attention, no obvious sign of wealth. But behind the first door, there may be credit card debt, car loans, and constant financial pressure. Behind the second door, there may be savings, investments, and peace of mind. One family owns the lifestyle, the other owns the future. The modern world often teaches us to ask, how much do you make? But a better question is, how much do you keep? Because wealth is not measured by money passing through your hands. It is measured by what remains after the spending stops. Someone can earn $10,000 a month and spend $10,000 a month. Another person can earn $3,000 a month and save $500. The second person is building wealth. The first person is only moving money from one place to another. No snowball is forming. This is why a large income cannot save someone from poor financial habits. Money does not correct behavior, it amplifies it. If you are disciplined with small money, you are likely to be disciplined with larger money. If you are careless with small money, more money often creates bigger mistakes. So the first goal is not to become rich overnight. The first goal is to create the snowball. And that begins with one simple habit. Pay yourself first. The first goal is to protect your future. Most people treat saving like leftovers, hoping something will remain. They pay bills. They buy what they want. It is a cycle that never ends. They spend on convenience, entertainment, and impulse purchases. Then they hope something will remain. Usually nothing does. Imagine a farmer who eats every seed after harvest, then wonders why nothing grows the next season. That sounds ridiculous, yet many do exactly that with their income. But many people do the same with money. They consume everything today, then expect wealth to appear tomorrow. Wealth builders think differently than the rest of the world. Before they pay everyone else, they pay their future selves. Before upgrades, before subscriptions, before restaurants, before impulse spending, they save first. That is the first snowflake, the tiny beginning. Small, quiet, easy to dismiss, but every snowball begins that way. Not with a mountain, with one snowflake, a tiny, insignificant start. A person earning $2,500 a month and saving $250 is building wealth. A person earning $8,000 a month and saving nothing is building dependency. One is creating freedom, the other is creating obligations. At first, the difference looks small. Years later, the difference in those choices becomes enormous. Because wealth does not grow in a straight line. It grows through momentum. Most people underestimate what small actions can become because humans think in straight lines. But compound growth does not move in a straight line. It starts slowly. Then it accelerates. Compound growth is powerful. Think of a lily pad on a pond. Every day it doubles in size. At first, nothing looks impressive. One lily pad, then 2, then 4, then 8. For a long time, the pond still looks almost empty. Then suddenly, half the pond is covered. The next day, the whole pond is covered. This is how wealth often grows. Your first $1,000 feels slow. Your first $5,000 feels difficult. Your first $10,000 requires discipline. Many people quit during this stage because the results look too small. They mistake slow growth for no growth. But beneath the surface, momentum is forming. Every dollar you save can become a worker. That worker can create more dollars. Those dollars can create more workers, and eventually your money begins working harder than you do. That is the moment the snowball begins rolling on its own. But most people never reach that point. Not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack opportunity, but because they stop too early. They abandon the snowball while it is still small. One of the biggest enemies of wealth is lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is what happens when your income rises, but your expenses rise with it. You get a raise, you upgrade the car, you move into a more expensive apartment. You eat at better restaurants, you add more subscriptions, you buy more conveniences. Your salary grows, but your freedom does not. It is like climbing a mountain while adding weight to your backpack every few steps. You work harder, but you never get higher. This is why some people earn six figures and still panic over unexpected bills. Every extra snowflake melts the moment it lands. Wealth builders do something different. When their income rises, they do not immediately upgrade everything. They keep their lifestyle stable and invest the difference. From the outside, nothing dramatic changes. But inside, their financial life is transforming. This is quiet wealth. The richest person in the room is often not the one with the newest car. It may be the one with the largest snowball. And snowballs grow best in silence. Another reason people destroy their wealth is impatience. Imagine planting an apple tree, then digging it up every week to check the roots. Eventually, the tree dies, not because it lacked potential, but because it was never given time to grow. Many people do this with money. They save, then withdraw. They invest, then panic. They build momentum, then interrupt it. Again and again, the snowball is broken before it becomes powerful. The problem is rarely mathematics. The problem is emotion. We want results quickly. We want transformation today. We want the harvest before the seed has taken root. But wealth does not obey impatience. It follows time, consistency, and discipline. A person who invests steadily for 20 years may look ordinary during the first 5. No luxury lifestyle, no dramatic success, no applause. Just quiet decisions, month after month, year after year. Then one day, the growth becomes visible. The snowball becomes heavy enough for gravity to take over. What once looked slow begins to accelerate. People see the result and call it luck. But they did not see the years of pushing. They only saw the avalanche. Most people admire the avalanche. Very few respect the snowball. This is why many ordinary millionaires do not look like millionaires. When people imagine wealth, they often picture luxury watches, sports cars, private jets, and huge mansions. But many self-made wealthy people live much more simply. They drive ordinary cars. They live in ordinary neighborhoods. They avoid unnecessary debt. They invest consistently. Their power is not always extraordinary income. It is extraordinary discipline. They understand that every dollar has a job. You can spend it today, or you can employ it for tomorrow. Most people fire their dollars immediately. Wealth builders put their dollars to work. Think of each dollar as a tiny employee. You can send it shopping, or you can send it out to earn more dollars. One creates temporary pleasure, the other creates future freedom. The wealthy are not always the best earners. They are often the best allocators. They understand that money is not just something to spend. It is a tool, a worker, a builder, a servant. And the more workers you employ, the less dependent you become on your own labor. Because the real purpose of wealth is not status, it is freedom. Imagine two workers. Both earn the same salary, both have the same skills, both live in the same city. Then one day, both lose their jobs. The first worker has no savings. The second has 2 years of living expenses invested. The situation is the same, but the experience is completely different. The first feels fear, the second feels inconvenience. That is what wealth buys: breathing room, the ability to wait, to negotiate, to choose, to walk away, to recover, to sleep at night. Money cannot solve every problem, but lack of money can create many unnecessary ones. The wealth snowball is a machine that converts discipline into freedom. Every dollar saved gives your future self more control. Every investment expands your options. Every unnecessary expense delays your independence. This is not really about rich versus poor. It is about freedom versus dependence. And after years of consistency, something powerful happens. At first, you carry the snowball. Then the snowball begins to carry you. Your investment returns begin to matter more. Your assets grow while you sleep. Your money starts moving even when you are resting. This is the stage people dream about. But it only comes after the quiet stage, the restraint, the patience, the boring decisions, the discipline nobody sees. The avalanche is simply the visible result of invisible consistency. So here is a simple challenge. For the next 30 days, track every dollar, every coffee, every subscription, every impulse purchase, every convenience. Write it down. At the end of the month, divide your spending into 2 groups: snowball builders and snowball killers. Which purchases helped your future? Which ones quietly stole from it? Do not judge yourself, study yourself. Become a scientist of your own behavior, because awareness comes before change. You cannot improve what you refuse to measure, and you cannot build wealth while ignoring the leaks. One day, your future self will look back at the choices you are making now. They will either thank you or wonder why you waited. Every financial future begins with small decisions, not dramatic ones, tiny ones, repeated consistently. The wealth snowball does not care about your age. It does not care about your background. It does not care whether your salary is average or extraordinary. It only asks one question: will you keep rolling? Because wealth is rarely built in one dramatic moment. It is built quietly, slowly, patiently, one snowflake at a time, $1 at a time, 1 month at a time. And one day, people may look at the avalanche and call you lucky. But what they are really seeing is years of discipline frozen into a mountain. If this message inspired you, tap like, follow for more, and share this with someone who needs the reminder today.